I think this award ceremony is incredibly important, and also just how it reaches out to so many different schools across the country, and like particularly in Wales and Scotland and Ireland. It's really wonderful that London's the centre of it, but they're reaching all out, and I think it's just wonderful. Like we need to see your work because it's obviously brilliant, and I'm glad that there's a platform for it. Yeah.
You know, I've been saying since time begun actually that our industry really needs the lifeblood of fresh and new talent and new ideas, and it's really, really good to start actually nurturing that at a very, very young age. So it's not just about the winners, it's about the nominees as well, to actually let them know that their stories have value, their vision has value, that the idea that these are young children, young people who are hopefully going to maybe go on into the industry and be the next generation of filmmakers is very, very important. And of course, awards are encouraging for anybody. So to be able to encourage that by having an award at the end of all the hard work is wonderful.
Well, I mean, as the guys were saying, what they've done with their film club has made things much more inclusive. They've reached out and made something accessible to people who are maybe having difficulty getting to do something that we take for granted. So to be able to be part of an organisation that inspires young people and helps and supports young people to do that kind of thing, there's nothing better than that. You know, it's all about bringing people together, as they say. Just keep doing stuff that matters to you. You know, don't worry too much. Don't try and second guess what you think will work with people, or imagine it coming from, you know, what will people like. Go with what speaks to you. That's how you become a trailblazer. That's how you become a pioneer. That's how you do something that has meaning to you. You know, and if it matters to you, then there's a chance that it will matter to other people. So just keep going with what you're doing. You seem to be doing brilliant.
Absolutely, it's you know, it's important in the sense that kids need to know that they can achieve something and be awarded for it. I mean, award ceremonies help you understand where what you've done is acknowledged and people have recognised it. People have, you know, and for people to like what you're doing and to enjoy what you're doing. Is a really wonderful thing, and to be awarded for it, it's a great achievement. It inspires you to keep going, and hopefully we'll do exactly the same for Simon.
Yes, I mean, I've been lucky to, work actually a bit like Reese does, reviewing films, looking at films, reporting on films for a while now. It's really good fun. I've got the perfect job, I think. Well, I worked on Newsround, the children's news programme, for many years, so I saw firsthand the passion and talent that people of Reese's age and all the winners and nominees have, and it's great seeing them actually being able to put that into practice. And in my current job, entertainment correspondent, I get to meet so many people in the industry who actually developed that passion for filmmaking when they were actually, very young people in their teens. And so it's brilliant being able to see that journey right the way through, and anything that can help encourage young people to get involved in creativity in filmmaking is brilliant, and we're especially good at it in this country. I mean, I've just come back from doing the Oscars and the BAFTAs, and the amount of breathtaking British talent both in front of the camera and behind is astounding. And so many of those people first developed that passion for wanting to be involved in movies and filmmaking when they were in their teens or even younger.
It's really important to be told that your work is good, to have something to aim for, to be acknowledged by the industry, and to be encouraged. We all need some encouragement, and it can feel like a very difficult industry to crack if you don't know where to begin. And an award like this, which these three ladies have won today, is a start and a help and a leg up into the industry.
I think it's hugely important because an event like this sort of shows young people that there is an industry beyond that you can engage with, that isn't just behind a screen in your living room or on a screen in your cinema. I think it's an industry that has many different roles that people can be part of, and it's growing. It's growing. There's a games industry, a TV industry, a film industry, and it's not just about acting. It's not just about writing or directing or those sort of there's 1,001 different jobs to do. So I think it's really important for young people to feel like it is a viable future, and also it's a celebration of talent, which is just should be embraced at any possible moment, and proof that young people will have a say and art will find a way, I think. So it's great.
It's the key to everything, really, to be able to kind of. I always think that it's very useful to be able to have an outcome, have an aim, but not make that the only outcome, if you see what I mean. It kind of drives the process, and you start making films, but you don't make the films to win the awards, you make the films because you want to make the films. And I think that now that there's this initiative, and there's the support out there for young people to get into films, you know, it's argued that everybody can sort of make their own movies now, but, you know, to be able to like have the discipline is actually harder because everybody can make them. Actually having that discipline and cutting down and really being able to like focus on what you want to create is really where we're going to start seeing the talent come through, because before there were limitations, whereas now there's not.
It's hugely important. It's a great showcase for their work and to show them that the work is actually getting out there and getting seen. There's a fantastic website linked to Vimeo where you can go on and you can watch all the movies and all the work in all the categories that the kids have produced. And I think you'll see that the quality of work, it puts a lot of adults stuff to shame. And what's brilliant is that a lot of it's kept within the 5-minute limit, and it's the variety and the standard. You know, these kids are so young and they're being told and shown that to make art you don't have to be bound by financial constraints, you don't have to be bound by really any kind of ideas. You can do whatever you like, and it's very accessible now with the technology we have. You can simply create and make sketches in movies and get it out there and get it seen. It's been a great day, and they did really well, because it's a tough category.
We were just thinking about that. I think it's a massive help. Like, I don't know about you, but where I came from, I wasn't aware of things like this. So the fight and the tenacity that was mentioned in the award giving, kind of to get into these buildings and to get into these award ceremonies and to get into film, was essential for our careers. But had we have had something like this earlier on, to just keep going, you're doing very well, like extremely well, just gives you the confidence. Because actually, I don't know of any other actors from my area that I grew up in London. I don't know of any other actors from my school. So it was something that I had to discover each step of the way. But to have an institution like Inter Films that is going into schools and saying, look, just breaking down the barriers, I think is wonderful.
Agreed, yeah. I think it's a great organisation. As we were saying, you know, it's good for confidence, and I think children have a great imagination, and it kind of gives them a focus. So I think it's a great thing to do, and as we were saying, I never had anything like that growing up either. So it would have had that, you know, it would have been a great thing to kind of pour your energy into when you're young, I think. So it's great.
It's called A United Kingdom. It stars Rosamund Pike of Gone Girl and David Oyelowo of Selma. It's set in 1947, both in London and Botswana in Africa. So it's a big epic movie. It's a great love story. And yeah, as you say, I'm in the edit now, just about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel from a very long journey. Straight after that, I'm due to go into production after a couple of months of rest on a production called Where Hands Touch, which is a film that I've written and will go on to direct, set in 1943 Berlin. So that's the next one, but I need a bit of a rest first.
I do. I have an 8-part drama for ITV coming up called MICHEAL, which airs in 3 weeks. So hopefully everybody will watch it and enjoy it.
I'm about to go off to Prague to start shooting a film about Mozart, and then I've got Love and Friendship coming out soon, I think, yeah.
You know, I have absolutely no idea what's next for me. I think I've had the 2 best jobs in TV. I did Newsround for a decade. It was brilliant. Got to meet so many talented young people. Got to meet so many amazing stars, and basically just got to have amazing fun for the best part of the decade. And now in this job, I get to go on red carpets. I get to interview some of the biggest stars in the world in film, music, TV. You know, actually, I wouldn't want to do anything else at the moment. I do feel I've genuinely had the 2 best jobs in broadcasting, and I'm going to hang on to them as long as I can.
What do I have? I'm in a show at the moment on ITV Encore called Houdini and Doyle, which started on Sunday, and we're filming another series of episodes from April.
Well, as an actor, I'm just about to do a Wim Wenders movie, which is exciting. I'll start shooting that next month, and then the next feature that I've written will shoot called I'm Jack, which is going to start shooting in June. So a couple of films, and with some nice people. So yeah, it's all good.
At the moment, I'm a budding actor auditioning away. I've just spent some time in Los Angeles auditioning for projects over there, so I'm kind of between here and there. And I'm also writing 2 separate projects as well, like my first feature, I'm a co-writer. I'm working on that, and I'm also working on a secondary feature which is also hopefully being developed by the Sundance Film Festival. It's a little under wraps, but it's going to be set in 1977, and it's a sort of love story which is set between Russia and Estonia, set kind of in that Soviet era, but I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
Coming up, at the moment, I have Beowulf on ITV, which is coming to a close, and at the moment I'm recovering. I have a spine injury. I broke my back 2 months ago, so I'm resting right now, in the truest sense of the form. Yeah, so this is me out, being allowed out for once, which is good. Yeah.
I work on a great film at the moment called Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them, the new J.K. Rowling book, so very excited about that. Yeah, just keep doing what we're doing, basically.
So I have a show that's about to launch in July in this country and in April in America called Containment, which is based on a Belgian series called Cordon, and a viral drama. Viral in the old sense of viral, not the new sense of viral. And then, I have a couple of things that we're discussing right now that hopefully I'll be able to talk about in a couple of weeks.